So in today's show, we're going to talk about doing everything but nothing. Welcome to the Time Domination Show. I am your host, James Borman. If you are coming through, please do let me know. Let me know your thoughts on this. Let me know it's something you struggled with or any techniques or tactics you've come across to help yourself. Or just share the struggle. So what I want to do is go through some of the problems that we're having in terms of doing everything but nothing. And I'm going to kind of give you a blueprint about what to go and do to try and improve this, all right? Now, whenever we're running our own business, let me just turn this off. Whenever we're running our own business, okay, there is a tendency to try to do too much. It's a very, very common theme within our own businesses. We are very hungry, entrepreneurs are very hungry to succeed, to make an impact, to leave a legacy, to help people. And in doing that, we end up trying to do it all. And that only leads to a one-way spiral downhill. Now let's just have a look at some of the things that we look at. I don't know if you can see my board very well. It's not the greatest setup, but we adapt and overcome, right? So here we've got marketing, networking, logistics, content, goal setting, planning, delivery. I'm sure there's a whole host of other things. Accounts, managing staff, paying the bills. We could go on. There's a whole host of things for you to do. So how do we know what to be able to focus on? Now, when you're running your own business and you're just by yourself, I remember having to do all of these things. And I would be trying to move my business forwards by doing the things that I was good at, but I was getting held back because I was trying to do everything else. And the problem is that we don't finish one job before moving on to the next. So what we end up doing is doing one job, leaving it half done, coming back to it later, doing the same process for 2, 3, 4, 5 other different jobs. And by the end of the day, week, month, or quarter, we almost have 5 or 6 jobs that are not complete. And that builds up this intensity in here, which is frustration. In fact, let's talk about the different feelings that we have. We feel unproductive. We feel like we're not getting anywhere, hence doing everything but nothing. We feel like we're on that hamster wheel, that spiral, where we just keep running and running and running, and actually we're just working hard, we're not working smart, and we've all heard that before. The frustration builds. I'm not growing, I'm not bringing in leads, I'm not making revenue, this is not how I visioned my path. There's no priority in terms of, what am I focusing my energy on, my time on, my productivity on? Where am I putting myself in my business? I seem to be doing everything. There's the firefighting, the daily firefighting with yourself and other things that are going on. And then there's obviously the overwhelm. And in that feeling of overwhelm, when you get home, it just creates mental and emotional exhaustion, as well as physical. So let's have a little look at a blueprint, okay? I've got 1, 2, 3, a 4-step blueprint to help us kind of focus on what we need to focus on. So what's most important? So of all of those things, what I feel that you have to be able to do is analyze the things that are key for you to do in your business. Now, unless you are making revenue in your business, you don't have a business, right? You just have this hobby where you're trying to help people, but you're not really making any money. So the first thing that should be most important is for you to actually bring in some revenue so that you can live, so that this can be a profession, so that you can move forwards. So when you are figuring out what's most important, you have to find out what is most important for your time. So in terms of that, you might look at marketing, obviously to put yourself out there, 100% delivery in terms of looking after the guys that are coming into your world. And that's really where a lot of your time and your energy wants to be, okay? If we're worrying about other things that we're not quite there yet, like logistics, consistently trying to post hundreds of pieces of content up, get to emails and notifications every 5 seconds, if there's no system in place in there, that is going to drain your energy in terms of pushing forwards the business and pushing forwards with your delivery. Okay, so what is most important? Just write a list of all of the things that you have to do and start highlighting the most important ones with a highlighter. Really identify with them. The second thing is, when is your most productive time? Now, for me, it's between 9 and 12:30. I know that when I get to 12:30, I start getting weary. I start getting fatigued. So I know that mentally and emotionally, I am at the best to do my number one roles between 9 and 12:30. That allows me just to dedicate time there, undistracted, on moving the business forward on what I feel is most important. Okay? And you've got to be able to have that. If you're doing your most important work, let's say in the late afternoon, and you're struggling to fight kids coming home, if you're struggling to fight routines that are happening around the house, if you work from home or if you work in the office, and you just know that naturally in the afternoon you're very tired and weary, then you know full well that you're not going to get the most out of yourself and you're not going to be unproductive. It's going to be easier to be distracted because you're not thinking straight. So it's utilising the most productive time. It might be that you're a night owl. It might be that you're an early morning dude or dudette. It might be that you're a late morning, all right? It just so happens for me, my routine leads me up to 9 o'clock and I hit the kill zone, all right, from 9. All right. The third one is identify what your roles and responsibilities are. So write down what your roles and responsibilities are in order. So this links in with the first one. Number 1, I am in charge of marketing and sales. Number 2, I am in charge of delivery. Boom, boom, boom. And then what you do is you have this list and you've already highlighted the most important ones. And this links in straight on to the next one here as well. It's kind of like, what are the jobs that I can delegate? Okay, what are the £10 an hour jobs that are stopping me from moving my business onto moving forwards, to move the needle forward to where I want it to be? All right, so you do the £150 an hour jobs, i.e. the coaching, the negotiation, the sales, the marketing, the important things that move your business forwards, and you find somebody and you invest in them who do the £10 an hour jobs really well, like the emails, okay, like the customer communications, like the invoicing, like sending the bookkeeping off, or whatever it is, you know, whatever you deem is important in that state. And these all kind of link with each other. I'm running out of time here. So, in summary, to avoid completely being shotgunned, if you like, the shotgun effect of trying to spread yourself thin, let's look at what's most important in your business. Let's write down what your roles and responsibilities are, starting with the priority at the top and then least priority at the bottom. Then highlight what's the highest priorities and highlight what is the delegation. All right, so it's super clear on what's what. Then think about when you do hire someone, you can create a roles and responsibility sheet saying, this is exactly what I need you to achieve. And what we do by having this element of control and clarity and consistency with your work practices is we reduce all of these feelings of being unproductive, the hamster wheel, the frustration, the having no priority, firefighting, and the feelings of overwhelm. We are gaining clarity and control here of our time and our energy, and we're focusing on the things that move our business forward rather than firefighting the day. And that way you don't have to do everything, but actually are achieving nothing. I hope that helps. Let me know what you think. I'd love to hear your thoughts.